Okay, we have our very chilled stretch out, and this is early in the morning. Still got my PGs on. Okay, and equipment for this morning: 2 cushions, Pilates ball, and a chair. Okay, so we're going to start by taking that right the way up to the wall, and we're going to have a really nice chill. Okay, so I'm going to sit on there. And then literally just take our legs out. Okay, so again, like I've been doing all week, this is a dual teach. I'm videoing one and I'm also teaching a live class. So from there, just make sure that you don't feel like your head's being pushed too far forwards. I'm going to slide just a little bit back, not a lot. And then from there, I'm just going to make my first effort at bringing my feet in and just letting it sit. Now, this is a very, very gentle stretch class this morning. I'm not going to be doing lots of stretches. We're going to do a small amount of stretches, and we're going to be doing them really, really well and take our time doing them. This one we've done loads of times, but we've never done it sat on a cushion up against the wall. Okay, so just to make sure that you've got no pressure on the neck when you put the head back, just literally gently push your head against the wall, lift your shoulders off, and then replace. And that should feel like it's really dropped you down. Now again, without using hands, just bring them in a little bit more. I've got the heels together, and I've got the soles of the feet together, and I'm dropping that down. So again, use of the cushion this morning, just to give us a little bit of a different angle on this. We've done this variation many times, and I like you to take your time with it. So again, because everybody has different times that they start to feel the stretch. Okay, and I'm just going to take my hands this time, I'm just going to pull it in just a little bit more, not a lot. And then I'm going to just gently lie my hands on there with the palms up to the ceiling. And we'll just pushing a light pressure down. And again, it should feel really quite different with the cushion. So again, a stretch should always feel like there's something happening to it. So it should feel like it's progressing all the time. It should always feel fluid, and it should always think, like I said, it's moving. The second that the stretch feels like it stops moving, it's no longer working for you. At that point, you'll then start to feel discomfort, so you come out of it before. So if anybody in the live class or at home doing this in your own time can start to feel it getting too much, just come out of it for a few seconds and rejoin. I'm going to grab the hands on the ankles again and just pull them in a little further. I'm not at my maximum, guys. This time I'm going to keep my hands on my shins, and I'm going to use that position there just to make sure that my shoulders are dropping down and I'm not rounded forwards. We should feel really quite comfortable. Going back to what I was saying at the beginning about a stretch should feel progressive. It still feels like it's moving out. This is inner thigh, obviously, but we are going for our hips this morning. So again, we've been really working on the hip stretches over the last few weeks. Started introducing some hip strength, which we will not be touching on this morning. Okay, and then a final pull in, and then a sit there. Okay, now that's my final offer. Again, it's up to you whether or not you put your hands and weight them on the knees. If you feel like your knees are being pushed down a little more with that gentle weight on the hands, but remember, I'm not pressing, because that'll elevate the shoulders. I'm putting the back of the hands on the knees, and again, I'm just giving it a gentle bit of weight. My right side, this is my right side, is a lot tighter than my left side. Sorry, I've got something in my eye. It's probably sand. The whole room is covered in sand. I took my small dog down to the beach the other day, and basically he got covered in sand and then he came and dried himself down here. It's everywhere. So, this stretch for me, I'm about there on it, guys. It's starting to get to the end of its tether, and I'm just going to hold it for about another 10 seconds, and then hopefully we're all sort of there together. Okay. I'm going to gently put my hands under my knees, lift them up, slide them out so where legs are wide. Turn the toes up quite sharply at that point. Push with the head, come up with a straight back. Just reach forwards and elongate the arms there, keeping the back straight. I just want you to just slide it down. Start to notice where we've got, so that back should feel very, very straight. The legs should be up. I'm getting a little bit of cramp in the arch of my foot. Okay, so again, remember, we're looking for anomalies. We're looking for things that don't necessarily feel right or feel different when we do things. I've just discovered that I'm letting my elbows bend there, and I want them straight, guys. I want my back straight, I want my tailbone pushed down. I'm going to let my eye gaze go straight down in front of me. I'm going to hold that for about another 5 to 10 seconds. And then I'm going to slowly come out of it. Awesome. Okay, now from there, just coming off of your cushion. And then I'm just going to move that there. Now, again, I want you to really think about spanning your hands, guys. And we're going to have our knees fairly wide on this one. So make sure you're under a mat. So first things first, coming into our all fours position. Then discovering that that's neutral, that's dipped, and that's rounded. And again, remember that we're not focusing on rounding the upper back, because we do that all day, every day in our day-to-day lives. But what we are doing is looking at tipping and tucking the tailbone under when I ask you to. Okay, so spanning those fingers out, grounding, and being really quite strong with my toes down. I want you to tip and tuck the tailbone under. So tip and tuck the tailbone under. So that's elongating. And then I want you to push your belly button down to the floor. So really feeling that lower back. I'm not going to spend lots of time on this one. Just a little bit. So we're going to be holding it longer on the dip than we are on the round. Now let's round that lower back again. So tip and tuck the tailbone underneath. Think about not trying to activate the upper back too much. Should activate your tummy there. And then push your belly button down to the floor. So we've got work on the spine, stretch on the abs. And again, remember, we're going to be holding this one slightly longer than we would have done the rounding one. And neutral spine. Keeping the hands wide, keeping the fingers wide. Go a little further forwards. Okay. Now from there, you're just going to push yourself back and forwards. Keeping neutral. Back and forwards. Keeping neutral. My spine wants to tip and tuck, push my belly button down, but I'm not going to let it. So stay neutral. Pushing back into that space you're creating behind you. Got 2 more of these. And then we're going to be adding that little heel coming to the side from that position. 1 more, and then we're going to go straight into it. So you're going to push back, and as you pull forward, you're going to bring that right heel round, and then you're going to go back. Now switch it to the left side. Okay, I'm going to take my word for it that I'm doing both sides, guys. So we're pushing that round. And again, always make sure you've got plenty of padding on those knees. You could do this off the cushions if you wanted to. Got 5 more of those, guys, so we're just pushing that all the way. Pushing all the way back. And then that heel coming round. And again, thinking hips again, this is all about your hips. This one, you've got two more, one more on each side. Push that round. One more time. And take it and push it back into that space. Just hold that down. Now from there, just pull forwards. If you can, put the backs of your feet down and then just drop back into that space again. From there, I'm just looking forwards and I'm really focusing on, remember I keep telling you to span your fingers, stretch your arms out and push it back. So we're starting to feel a little stretch underneath the armpits. Pull forwards. Push the hips forwards and straighten the arms. And then push it back. Keep the hands where they are. Now this time, try and drop down flat and put your forehead down. My forearms are off the floor, guys. I'm aware that you probably can't see that at home. Sort of the morning crew. But again, you can take my word for it that my arms are off the floor. Pull forward. One more time. Okay. Let the hips drop. Keep the arms straight. Then you're going to push it back. As you go down, get your forearms down on the floor there before you push back. Forearms down and then forehead down. Slide the hands in and come out of it. Okay, gang. Now I'm going to stir all that nice peacefulness. I want you to get your chair. And we're going to sit on the chair. We're going to be coming back to this. So, you're going to go wide on the chair. Making sure that the toes are turned out. And again, you can do this off the sofa. This is a buffet. You can do it off a normal chair. Put your hands at the side of you. And then gently just drop off the chair. And then keeping your back there. And I want you to slide it down as far as you can, keeping your feet flat on the floor. Now when we progress this in a little bit, if you need to go using the chair, you can. Push that back up. Okay, and then just slide it down and hang it there. Okay, so just releasing that off. We've got two more of those to do. So climb back up, hands on knees, roll the spine. Hands come back on the chair, keeping the feet in the same position. Drop your bottom off the chair and then drop down into that space. So we've done all the butterfly pose up against the wall. We've done the wide cat-cow pose with the hip movement. So we're safe to come into this. Push it back up, back on, slide it down. Hands find the floor this time and just gently press into the floor. And then hands back on shins, one at a time on the knees, push and roll it up. And then we've got one more go at that Hindu pose using the chair. Hand comes on. Okay. And then we hold it there. Some of you will find this incredibly easy. Some of you will find this impossible. But all I can say is practice. Again, don't accept that we can't simply do something the first time you do it. Bring that back up, back on, and then just walk it in. Right, so we're going to go down onto the floor now, please, guys. Take Take both cushions with you because it will depend on your size of the cushions and your neck on this one. And I want you to lie on your left side. So take both cushions. I'm going to try it with both to start with. Okay. Now from there, hopefully you've got a good view of me. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to literally lie on your left side and you're going to bend the knees. Okay. Now from there, I don't know if I've done this one with you yet. This is a new stretch this week and it's come from us doing the Bretzel pose and all the work that we did before it. So I want you to now extend your right arm out in a straight line. Okay. Now we are going to be rolling over, so make sure that you've got I've got my head on the edge of the pillow there. Okay. Now you're going to take your left arm, your left arm up in the sky, or your right arm up in the sky. So we've got that arm out and that arm up in the sky. Sorry, I've got all confused. So reach that there, and then reach that forwards. And then you're going to try and bring it so that the heels of the hands touch. Okay. And then from there, just reach that out as far as you can, keeping it straight. The first time I did this one, my heel of my hand was halfway up my forearm because I was so tight through my shoulders. This is going to be shoulders, chest, glutes, hips, waist. Now from there, you're going to bring that top arm all the way up again. And then you're going to take it all the way over. And then you're going to lie with your eye gaze up to the ceiling. So we're looking at our chest stretch, our glute stretch. Again, this is a really gentle stretch. It's a really, really good stretch, guys, because it works a lot of things. Going to hold that for about another 10 seconds. And we're going to be doing 3 of these this morning. Now gently bring that arm back over, bring it all the way up. So we're lying on that left side, so the right arm is coming back over. And then I want you to just, again, reach that hand a little further forward this time. So I just slid that down so I'm getting a little bit more stretch on my shoulder. If the cushion feels like it's pushing you too far forwards, go down to 1. You can do it without any cushion, but I find it's better with. Now release that up, bring it all the way up to the sky again, reach it up and then continue over. Arms are out in a straight line. There is a temptation to want to take the head where that arm's just gone. Don't, just look up at the ceiling, guys. I can feel this on the right side of my chest, the right side of my glutes, in through my rib cage. Obviously I've mobilised the spine, but I'm unaware of that. And then bring that all the way back for me, guys. Again, bringing it back and reaching it over. And then just sliding that bit further forwards. And then all the way back for the final one, all the way over. Again, don't be tempted to follow the arm all the way over. Eye gaze up at the ceiling. And again, like I said, we're just taking our time, doing some simple stretches, but doing them well and taking our time to get there. Really feel this on my glutes and hip. They feel very, very tight. And then simply bring that arm all the way back for me. Reach it up, bring it over and back to where we started. Excellent. And just roll yourself gently over again. Staying on the pillows, walk your feet out so they're a bit wider. So just to give you an indication, I've got my feet on the floor and I've got the heels of my feet on my mat. And again, from there, all I'm going to get you to do is push your right knee into the centre, keeping that left one still. So my right knee is just folded inwards. Bring that up, and then we're going to do it on the left side. Again, so I'm just pushing that gently in. Bring that in one more time, so on each side. So again, just pressing that in. I can always feel this really tightly across the front of my thigh. That's because my front thigh muscles, my quads, are probably tight and I'm not doing enough stretching with them, guys. Guilty. Bring it back up. Okay, and then do the other side. So I've got that left side being pushed in now. On this one, I can feel a little bit of a hit on my hamstring head. But again, that's because I've got issues with my hamstring on that side because I've torn it not once, not twice, but thrice. And bring it back. Roll to your left side and sit yourself up, guys. Now, you might be able to just stay there if you want to, but for the purpose of the camera, I'm going to turn it round so I can see you. Now we're just going to do exactly the same stretch, but we're going to do it on the other side. Okay, so we're stacking the knees on top of each other, using the cushions. And again, you should feel really relaxed and probably want to go back to sleep because, again, remember, it's starting to come light through the class. So that arm goes out. Okay, just relaxing. Make sure you've got your head towards the end so that when we roll over, it's in the middle. Extend that arm up to the sky. And then bring that down. Try and get the heels of the hands together. I'm not making the heel of the hand on that one. The heel of the hand on mine is just basically below my wrist. I'm not forcing it. Keeping the knees where they are, keeping that bottom arm where it is. Take it all the way up to the sky. Pause for effect and then take it over. So the arms are in that crucifix line. Eye gaze up to the ceiling. Keeping those knees in that bent, staggered, stacked position. So again, I can feel the chest, glutes, under the rib cage on the opposite side, which is different to the other side. Like I said, I'm taking plenty of time to build these exercises. Bring that arm all the way back up to the sky and then continue that journey. Let's see how much better. Now I've got the heels of my hands together this time. Easy peasy. Rise it all the way up to the sky. And then continue over backwards. And again, just holding it there. So 3 key stretches really today. So again, we're just relaxing really deeply into this one. And again, I'm not going to be going, oh, breathe, do this, that, the other. You can breathe without me. You can. If you do try taking a nice big deep breath now, guys, take a big breath in. And then let it all go out super slow and feel the difference that makes. We'll be asleep soon if I keep going like this. Bring that arm all the way up nice and slow. Reach it up and then bring it over. And again, try and sandwich those hands together. If you can, just slide it a bit further forwards. Hopefully you could see that on the camera. Again, so guys, good morning crew. All I've done is just slide it there. Now I know a couple of you got shoulder issues. You may or may not be able to do this and slide that forward. I've got shoulder issues, I can do it. And mine are probably worse than yours. Okay, bring it all the way up. And then we're going over. Final one. Again, remember how helpful that breathing was last time. So in your own time, just take a nice deep breath in and then super slow exhale it out. And then we'll just keep holding it there. Okay, and then slowly bring that arm up. Reach it up. Bring it down. Take the feet apart again. Roll it over onto your back. Walking it out so your heels are on the yoga mat and the toes are on the floor. Okay. And then from there, just properly relax the shoulders. Drop one knee inwards. So you're pushing that one in. And then bringing that one all the way up. And pushing that one in. Just going to do a little time check, guys, because again, when we're doing things really slowly, time goes really quickly. We're all right for time. Bring that back up. Got one more time, so push that one inwards. Bring it up and then just switch sides. And bring that back up. Okay, so from there, just walking the feet in. And then again, you can stay with the cushions if it feels comfortable. Get rid of them if it doesn't. I feel like I'm being exfoliated with all the sand. Okay, so from there, take that ankle and place it on. This is my left ankle going above my right knee. I'm just going to bring that in a little bit and then I'm going to push that knee out. So we've got that figure four stretch. I'll just turn around so you can see me at home. That's all I'm doing is that. Okay. And then from there, this is where the magic happens, guys. We're just going to spiralise that. Okay. Not like a cucumber or anything. Spiralising. It's from Tupperware in the 1970s. Drop that over. So I'm taking that over to my right side. Take that over as far as you can. So I've got my left foot flat on the floor. My knee has come down. The side of my ankle's on. My head's still on the cushions. Now we are going to use our arms to bring ourselves back, okay? So we're on our right side. You're going to keep the arms out to crucifix. Push hard on the right arm and then just bring yourself up. Pause in the centre and then you're going to take it over to the other side. Okay, and again, I'm keeping those arms out. I've now got the left thigh, or the top part of the left thigh is on the floor on the left side. And we're getting that stretch through the hip. So super slow, super chilled this morning. Push hard on that left arm and bring it all the way up. And then we're going to go over to the other side. Slightly shorter time this time. Just going to hang that there. Remember using those arms to push yourself back up. That's an important add-on to this exercise that I've put on. Remember, exercises are always being developed. Take your right arm, press into the floor, push it. Come up, pause in the centre, and then take it over to the other side. So I know I keep repeating myself. Few simple stretches, done well done. Use that left arm to push off, bring it back up. Unravel. Just do a little march gang. As you do that, tip and tuck the tailbone. Starting to bring my feet in. So my feet are now hip width. I'm pressing the lower back into the floor. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Really feel the abs on this one. 3, hopefully you can at home. 2, one more. And time. Okay, relax that off. I'm starting to shake, which means I'm starting to relax. Right hand cup above that left knee. And again, this one's my tight side. You can push it out a little bit if you wanted to. Just going to bring that left foot in a little bit. Remember that our arms are out, the head's on the cushions. You don't have to have the cushions if you feel like you're being pushed forwards. And then from there, you're going to drop it over to your left side first. So over to your left side. So we're getting a big old stretch through the glutes. This is a variation of the figure 4 stretch. We've already spoke about spiralising. So we're spiralising our spine. That's good. Now you're using that left arm this time. Press that into the floor. Bring it up. Control it down to the other side. Again, I'm a bit tighter on this side because that part of the thigh on the other side was on the floor. I'm hopeful on the second time that we visit, it will go down there. Again, I'm getting a stretch across the top of the hip and going through down into the thigh. Opening up through the chest. So remember, we'll all be at different levels. Use that right arm to press into the floor. Pause at the top and then continue over the other side. The cushion behind the head is there for several reasons. Comfort and spinal alignment. Okay, so if you've got your head on the floor in this position, basically your head will be further back than it needs to be. Pressing heavy with that left arm, push it into the floor and bring those legs back up. So we're getting no kick off on the spine, and then we're going over a final stretch on this side. Not improved sadly, but hey, again, remember that, you know, if anybody has got a slightly different, most people have got slightly differences on from right side to left side and vice versa. That's normal. We're wonky. And I'm proud to be training wonky people, especially at 7:20 on a Friday morning. Pressing hard with that right hand. Push it back to the centre. Unravel. Okay. So walk the feet in, so the hip width again. Press that lower back into the floor. Again, relax the shoulders, and we're just going to go for that little march again. And I want you to really focus on pressing the spine down and just give me that little march. And I'm going down with my heel, then my ball of the foot, that is. 4 more. That's 1, 2, 3, 1 more, guys, and 4. And then just relax. Removing those cushions and then just sitting yourselves up down. Okay. And I want you to reach around for your Pilates ball. Again, I'm just going to do a little time check. So we're going to further these stretches. So the Pilates ball, if you haven't got a Pilates ball, I know everyone has in class this morning. I don't insist on it. Now we're going to do that little chest stretch. So for anyone that's over a desk all day, if you do have neck issues or anything, you might want to put a cushion behind you, and then you can put that behind you, or you can remove it as and when. I'm going to reach that ball around, place it just above the bra strap or in between the shoulder blades and down a little bit. Get that down and then quickly remove your hand before you lie on it. Bring those feet in. Join the middle fingers. Okay, and put that behind the head. Looking up and between the legs at the moment. And then all we're going to do now is just drop back just a little bit. Not a lot. So my eye gaze is straight up at the ceiling. My head is 100% supported by my hands. And the weight of my head is pushing into my fingers and stretching through my chest. Now pull it back up again. Looking forwards through the legs. Let's go back again a little further this time. I know I keep saying it, but we're doing some slow stretches, taking our time, not rushing through. And raise it all the way up. Looking through. And then we're going to go all the way over again, guys. Try and get the back of the head down this time if you can. Back of the head down. Still got my middle fingers together, guys. And I'm gently pressing my elbows towards the floor, which will make me push my belly button up to the ceiling and my tailbone down to the floor. Okay. Just going to hold this for about another 10 seconds again. And again, you can hold this for as long as you want to. But with the interest of class this morning, we're going to come out of that in about 5 seconds. Slowly raise the head. Come up. Looking forwards. Reaching the hands to touch the knees. So I've got below the fingers, just below my kneecap. I'm going to slide that up and reach it, and then relax back down. Slide up and reach it, and back down. One more. Slide up and reach it, and down. And then from there, using the elbows or hands, anything you like, bring it all the way up. And then legs are out straight, walking them down. I want a straight back, straight legs, turn the toes up sharply, straight arms, eye gaze looking downwards. I didn't get round to advancing the Hindu stretch squat this morning. I'm not going to apologise about that because it's not where we went this morning, is it? And release it. Ha! Okay, that's the end of your video, guys. It's the end of your class. I'm going to press pause on that one, and I want you to bring yourselves back in.